Welcome back, my friends. This is Vishal here on 1st of July. So let me begin with the discussion or the views what we had yesterday on the market. I had yesterday said and drawn this basically channel, you know. So this was the channel on Nifty which I draw, and I said very clearly that the Nifty and Bank Nifty both. So both are making a what you call a contracting triangle formation, and this contracting triangle formation is actually happening after a kind of an expansion over here. So you can see it very well. So there was an expansion, and this expansion was contracting, and there was a possibility that it could have given any side, the breakout. It could be from a downside or from a this side, upside. And I said whenever it will give a breakout from this channel, we can go for a buy. And Nifty has given a very good points, maybe 100 points around, and I hope many of you might have taken the trades and you might have booked the profits. And Bank Nifty has actually given a very good uptrend today of around 900 points, but from the channel if we see it was around 600 points or something like that. So I had taken the trade through the option. I was already long in the market, and this is a Bank Nifty trend line what we had drawn. And let me just draw it in front of you so that you can see it. So I said very clearly there's a contracting triangle formation happening in Bank Nifty, and in Bank Nifty it was more visible than the Nifty. So whoever who would have bought it over here, that is at 21,500 or 600 levels, got around you can say 300-400 points from that level. But I was long in Bank Nifty since here. I had actually bought a call option of 21,000, and then I actually added some call option over here, the same strike price call option, that is 21,000 at this level. That is yesterday, not day before yesterday, at this level. So that gave a very good profit to me, but I exited the position. The reason for that I'll tell you. Now why Bank Nifty came back, there was a bit of a correction from this level, because 22,000 was a resistance for Bank Nifty. So that's why it did a kind of a correction over here. And Nifty, if you see, Nifty gave a breakout from 10,400. I am not drawing the chart of Nifty. It gave a breakout of 10,400, and then it went around 10,500 or so, around 100 points from there, and 10,400 was a very good resistance for that. At the moment it broke it, and it gave a very good move, upside move. And I hope many of you might have actually made good profits in Nifty and Bank Nifty both, either by buying a future or buying a call option, or by selling a put, whatever you are comfortable with. Now what we will do, we will also see this Bank Nifty, how it performed today when market started. So what I'll do, I'll just replay these bars of today, maybe in 5-minute charts, and you will see how this actually behaved today. Now look at this. We draw this channel in the 1 hour, and look at it in 5 minutes. Okay, very clear. Now I will just try to replay it from this level, and I'll put it in the fast forward so that you can see it. Okay, so now you can see it at this level. It's getting formed. So this is yesterday's. Now this is yesterday. I will still fast forward it more, and here you can clearly see there's a it is, the price is trying to do a breakout. I had very well said yesterday that whenever it gives a breakout, you just wait for a kind of a consolidation. Okay, this is actually further. Okay, so you just wait for a kind of consolidation. In 1 hour, when you saw the breakout, you should have simply put 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart and waited for this kind of a consolidation and bought it over here. and this would have been your stop loss. So that is how you have to trade. You need to see the setup in larger time frame, higher time frame, maybe 1 hour or 1 day or half an hour for intraday also. But you should trade in 5 minutes or 15 minutes chart for getting a right entry and exit points. Now you can see how the bank nifty actually performed. Similarly, Nifty performed, but Nifty was not so aggressive today. It had a resistance at around 10,600, 550 levels, very strong resistance in those areas. So but bank nifty was very good because most of the banks were actually bullish today, and I was bullish from 26 itself in bank nifty, and I added some more call options over here, and that is how I traded, but I exited. Reason for that is 22,000 was a resistance, and second is tomorrow is a weekly expiry day. So on a weekly expiry day, things do change little bit, because all these big players have they have sold their options. So what they will try to do, they will try to actually make all eat all the premiums. If so, suppose they might have sold some premium at 800 rupees, so they will try to see that this 800 rupees becomes a zero tomorrow by 3:30. Now what is the reason for this rise? Another reason for this rise today, because what has happened, the price was already down. Let me just put it in 1 hour time frame. So this is my understanding. I'm not saying somebody else may have a same understanding. This is how I look at the market, and that is how I trade the markets. So now what has happened here, if you see very here, this price went up. That means actually the call option prices went up, and then what happened, the price came down. That means put option prices premiums went up again, and they sold call option here. Now what they have done, they have sold put options over here. Simple game. It's a simple game what big players do play every week. So if one can understand that game by looking at the data, by looking at the charts, and then combining everything, the data is not simple. What we look at, option chain analysis, that is not enough. So you need to decipher that data. It is not so easy actually. Everybody can look at the option chain, and which I have also opened up over here. Everybody can look at the option chain, but you have to actually decipher the data. Why there is a call unwinding some places, why there is a call writing at some places, what could be the reason and all. So if you can decipher this data, then it becomes very, very easy actually to understand what is going to happen in the market. So that is why when the market was at this level, I was not so bearish on it. I said this is a simple correction and there will be a up move, and which has started today. But I am also saying at higher levels we need to be very, very cautious in the market. That is around 10,800, 10,000, maybe 11,000 level. We need to be very, very cautious even from 10,600 levels, because you never know what is going to happen. And these are the levels which are very dangerous levels today, because we are right now in wave B of corrective. It's a corrective wave. So wave A was when the market went down in March. Then the wave B is corrective wave. I will show you in the bank nifty itself. Let me put a 1 day. Now this is a wave A. Let me just show it with the proper this thing, Elliott wave itself. Now this is wave A, and this is wave A, and we are right now in wave B. Okay, I don't know wave B whether it will get completed here, whether it will get completed here, whether it will get completed wherever it will get completed. Then another this wave will start, that is wave C. Just a minute, there is some problem. Okay, just let me just draw it for you again. So there was some issue here. This is wave A, this is wave B. I don't know where it will complete, and then this wave C will start. It can even go down, this wave C, or it may go to this level only. We don't know, but this wave C will start somewhere. Where it will start, we will have those signs will be very clear. there will be a faster retracement from these levels, and then we will know, and big red candles will start get formed. Then we will know that wave C has actually started. So I think we are very near to those ranges where the wave C could start. In Bank Nifty it could start around 24,000 or 25,000 levels. In Nifty it could actually start around 10,800 or 10,000 11,000 levels. So that's why I'm saying we need to be extremely cautious at these levels in the market. So now let me tell you, okay, just a second. So I'll just put it in a 1 hour time frame. And I was also telling how to trade. In a 1 hour time frame we will actually see what kind of a patterns are getting formed in the market, and then what we will do, we will trade those patterns, get the entry into those patterns, whether buy or sell, by using a shorter time frame, maybe 5 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever is your choice. That is how we trade. And second thing is, tomorrow what we need to do, and let me just tell you what is the data saying actually. So the data of FIIs as well as DIs, what is their data saying? So I am opening up this Sensible in front of you, and we'll see what their data, how the data has got formed today. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's straight away go to FII data, FII DI data, that is domestic investors, and you can see here very clear at this level, index futures, FIIs are very bullish. They have bought it again today. Yesterday again they bought. DIs bought in cash, and FIIs sold cash. Now this is a data what we can see right now, the numbers, but let's go little down and see what these numbers are saying in call put. Now if you see here, FIIs call, they have sold call, okay, they have also sold put, and the put number are more than the calls. That means their position is on the buy side rather than on the sell side more. And you can see the future, they have bought index future, and DIs have bought the cash. Now another data which I analyze actually from the NSE, let me share. I am not sharing that data with you right now, but that data, when I see, FIIs are completely bullish in the market right now, though they have short positions also in the market, but maybe for today or tomorrow they are completely bullish. And DIs, we don't consider their data. The retail customers are negative now today, and your professionals are again they're kind of bullish only. They are biased towards the market on a high side, on the upper side itself. They feel that market may go little further up, so that is why they have created their positions also on the long side, but they also have short side positions, and FIIs also have short side position. So now tomorrow what we should do actually, so what should be our strategy? What I am going to do tomorrow, I will not be buying any future, I will not be buying any option tomorrow. What I am going to do is I am going to actually sell or write options tomorrow. And what is a strike price I am going to sell in options? Maybe in Nifty, if we analyze the data over here, if you analyze the data, now look at the support which has got built up. There's a huge support on the put side, and then there is a support at resistance at 10,600, 10,550 level, as well as then 10,700. So these are the resistance levels, and these are the support levels in Nifty. So what I will do, I will straight away sell a sell a put option of 10,000 rupees, or maybe 10,150 rupees, and I will also 10,200 also I will sell. So these are the call options which I will sell, because there is a huge support over there, and market going down tomorrow has a very little chances, and I will also sell the call option of around maybe 11,000. There's no much premium. 10,000 again is not much premium. So I will not sell any call option. I will just be in the put options. I will sell the put option only tomorrow. So similarly in Bank Nifty, what I will do, so the call put options what I am talking about are 2nd July, not monthly. These are weekly, because tomorrow is the expiry. So in Bank Nifty, what I am going to do, let's analyze the Bank Nifty data again first. In Bank Nifty, let's try to find out the support. This is a support level, 5 lakh. Okay, these are support levels, and that is 21,500 is a support level in Bank Nifty. So you can see this line over here, 21,500 is a support level. And then what we will do, we will also see the resistance level. There is some resistance, there was some resistance, but there's an unwinding which has already happened of 2,29,000 shares. So you can check it over here at 22,000, sorry. Okay, so then you can also see where is a resistance level. The next important resistance level is at this, that is 3 lakh share, that is 22,200. I think that will get broken, and 22,500 is a major resistance level for Bank Nifty tomorrow. So what I will do, I will straightway sell maybe 23,000 call option, and I will also sell put option of Bank Nifty maybe 20,000. Yes, the premium is less, or I may sell 20,800 and all. I think 21,000 to 20,800 would be fine. Premium is very less, but it is comparatively less riskier. So I don't take risk in writing options, and when I write the options, I write it after 2 o'clock only. So I don't write it before 2 o'clock, but my quantity is high, it remains in maybe 5,000, 6,000, something like that at multiple times. So I will sell it 2 or 3 times in a day whenever I get an opportunity. So around 5,000, 6,000 kind of a quantity, 2 or 3 times in a day. So I will get maybe 6 rupees, 5 rupees, 3 rupees, something like that, and that is okay with me, for a day. So but let's go to another aspect before we go further. People have this myth that the option buyers don't make money. But if you see over here, this is the option premiums today, call option. Now look at this call option, 67% end of the day. If somebody would have closed it before it, maybe it was 100% actually. So 8%, this is 27%, this is 30% in a day. And I can tell you, this is not 27%, this is more than that. It is in a day, it would have been around 35-40%. This would have been around 25 to 25%. This was definitely 100%. You can see it over here. Just have a look. Let's say somebody bought it at this level, 300 levels, and it reached to 600 level. That means in a day, your capital actually got doubled. So if somebody has to buy a call, options, they need to know where to buy and when to buy. That is very important. If we don't know where to buy and when to buy, then call options will not give you that kind of a money, because time is against you always. What we call theta in options, that is always against you in buying the option. But in selling the option, theta is always in your favor. In buying the option, you should have a velocity, that is speed of the stock price in your favor, whether it is going up or it is going down. If that is not in your favor, your premium will decay every day. So we need to know where to buy the call options or put options. So that is a key to get a good money out of these trades. And what I do is, maybe my 70% of trading in option is buying option, and 30% is actually writing the option. As I said in the last video also, it is only writing option what I'm doing when I'm doing option writing is only on every Thursday, that is weekly expiry days, not before that. Or some days I do maybe Tuesday and all when I get a right opportunity, but I try to avoid those days. Otherwise I work in option buying and future mainly, and I do work in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and stocks, even commodity as well. You have crude, silver, gold, and all. I work in all these instruments. But what I'm saying, in call option buying is profitable business. It is not that people don't make money. Everybody makes money. It is just we need to know when to trade, how to trade. Now if you see my 2-3 videos of 4-5 days, I don't talk about where market will go, whether it will fall, there will be big rise or not. That is not my business. My business is to find out the opportunity. If there is a fall in the market, okay, so let's say there is a fall in the market, so I will see how I can actually grab this opportunity, and where should I buy, where my risk is low and where my reward is high. And if market is going up, then I will see where I should buy, where should my risk, and where should my reward. That is what I need to do. That is what I need to learn. And I am actually practicing the same thing. I am not saying the stock will go up, this will go down. Let it go up and down, that is okay. Let the prices go up and down. If it is going up, then we need to know where to buy it and where to sell it. If it is going down, then I need to find out an opportunity where I can get an entry for selling it. If I don't know where to buy or where to sell, then index may go up, index may go down. I will keep on looking at it. So I will not make money at all. So important is to know where to buy. And if you have seen my videos from last 4-5 days, I have been clearly telling one day before where to buy. If price is going up, then where you should buy, and if price will go down, and there where you should sell. So I have been telling this strategy from last 4-5 days itself. And if you see my 4-5 videos, and I have been right always in identifying if exact entry points of the index, mainly Bank Nifty and Nifty. So my strategy tomorrow will be writing the options, and I will most probably prefer to write a put option, and call option I will see tomorrow morning how the market actually behaves. So I show you the data of FIs. We have also seen the the option chain analysis. We also saw today that option buying is a very good proposition, a profitable proposition. It should not be ignored, or with having this bias that nobody makes money. No, you can make a very good money. I have just shown you the option premiums have doubled in a day, or have become 50%, has given 50% return in a day. 30, 40, 50% return is a fantastic return. So we have seen that also. We have seen FII data also. We have also seen the yesterday's what was our market view, and we reviewed that. It was successful. Now let me tell you for tomorrow. As I told you, FIIs are very bullish in the market, and professionals are also very bullish in the market. But my sense is that 10,800, 10,600, 11,000 levels, we need to watch these levels very carefully. And if you can avoid trade tomorrow, that will be good. If you know how to do option writing, you can do that, though I am not recommending it. There's no any such recommendation from my side. I am simply saying that what I am going to do, I'll be writing the option. If you choose to write the option, that will be at your own risk. And but I'm just giving you the view of the market, how market will behave tomorrow, because we don't know what is going to happen in the world market. Now I will open up a world market chart. That is not exactly a world market, it is a Dow Jones, but that is very important. Now if you see Dow over here, it is struggling to cross this line. Let me just draw it from here. So this trend line, I'll just draw it from here. Okay, you can see it very clearly. Okay, I hope you can see it very clearly. Now you can see here this trend line, Dow is actually struggling to break. So there were what, 1 2, this was also third attempt, kind of, this was also fourth attempt, right? So the one, this has been, maybe you can say it 1 2 3, almost 3 4 attempts has been there, but it is struggling to break it. Now tomorrow morning what you need to do is you need to see whether this trend line is getting breaked or not. This is a 1 hour chart of Dow Jones future. This is not cash, this is future. So tomorrow morning you need to see if this trend line has been break. If it has been break, then this level would be your target for this. You know, that means the Dow will go, I think not, this would be the first target level, and then this would be the kind of second, and then third. If it has crossed this trend line, that means, you know, the Dow is also becoming very bullish. If it has not crossed this level, then you be very cautious actually trading tomorrow in Nifty or Bank Nifty. So then we don't know what is going to happen. Okay, so and also I am saying that at a higher level you need to be cautious, because as I told you that there is a wave C going to be get started soon. We don't know exact date or exact time, but we will know it when it will start. So you need to be extremely cautious at the higher levels. But it could be that, you know, wave C is truncated and you know, the market is actually taking a bullish stance from here, and it can go up straight away. You know, it can even start an impulse wave from here and it will straight away go up. That is also a possibility. Both are the possibilities, but we need to wait for these possibilities to appear. Once these possibilities will appear in front of us, then we will trade accordingly. So tomorrow you should actually, you know, go for option writing if you know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, please avoid the trading tomorrow. Otherwise option writing is because very risky proposition, so don't do that. So I do it only after 2 p.m. and that too I will sell the, you know, the larger range of the strike prices, so that I am safe till 3:30. So that is how I write the options. So I will just repeat once again so that we can conclude. We saw the chart, yesterday's chart, and we saw the chart today. My view is the market is still bullish, but we need to be cautious now. World market is, especially the US market, is weak. I have not seen European market and other markets right now, but you can see this, you know, it is kind of weak. It is unable to cross this trend line. We have also seen the option chain analysis where we have a support and resistance levels tomorrow, and we have also seen that, you know, option buying could be a very good proposition because it gives a very good return as well, provided we know where to buy and where to sell, where to buy, when to buy, and where to sell. That is important. And we have also seen the FII data in front of us, which has got formed, and we see there that, you know, FIIs are very bullish in the market. But if world market is not supporting, let's say, so there could be a possibility that market may remain in a range, and you know, you will not get anything by buying future or buying options. So option writing is the best strategy for tomorrow. Thank you very much.